Hey everybody, it's Friday. It's thank goodness it's Friday day again with my co-host Crackers and TC, and we got some fine gentlemen with us again. Here yet again, my main man Matt. He is here to win the prize. He is on the leaderboard of most appearances on this show, and I got to say thank you so much for always coming in and sharing your wonderful array of knowledge for us to take on. Now, if you ever haven't known about Drawn Company, it's an awesome isometric, office-y kind of themed project. So we're going to be talking to Matt here in a second. We have Quasi Man, Jason Ben Ruby. He's here, NFT Dollar Store. He's going to let us know what's going on with that. We have Skyjack Morgan. He is here for Visions of, is it Eshan?
It's Visions by Eshan.
Eshan. Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I didn't want to mispronounce it. So.
You did.
It's a wonderful, fine artist, and he's doing some great things, trying to do some peace, love, and understanding around the world. So we're going to be talking about that as well. So before we get going, let's start off with a giveaway here. Let's get over to the giveaway screen. If you haven't already, type in $MORBS into the YouTube chat. Once it's in the YouTube chat, you'll be entered to win. The very first one we're going to give away is a Monster Vision Pen Arts collab. It was for Wax Attacks, and so we'll see who gets this one. We're just going to do it for the first couple people that threw in there. See who's just going to get it. It's probably going to be Crackers because he's in there already. Let's see. And we like to rig it. Oh, TC got in there. Cosmic. Another
nice
one.
Work.
All right, so there we go. We start off with a winning situation, and you guys, if you look at the scroll at the bottom, you can hit me up on Twitter at MORBS15. Let me know you got it. For the people last week, there's a couple people I was trying to get them their stuff. I got busy this week. I will send them all together tomorrow. So we'll do last week and send out some of that stuff tomorrow. Anyway, so continue to put in $MORBS so you're entered into the next giveaway, guys. But first, I think what we got to do is I actually want to talk to Skyjack Morgan, to be quite honest. Because we haven't had a fine artist like this on the show yet. That's
I noticed.
That's doing kind of. Thank you. I don't know why you decided to come on. We're a circus here, but
well, that's why I'm here instead of the artist, because I think.
Well, I want to know what's going on with you guys. I mean, because it's kind of like a Vision World Peace kind of thing, and you guys have a really cool collection. It seems like it's more on ETH, right? Are you guys doing this through OpenSea? How are you guys releasing?
100% on ETH. We minted through a company called Easily.io, and we're mostly selling through OpenSea because actually most of our sales happen in person with a fiat on-ramp, kind of like white glove gallery sales. So it is kind of an interesting situation where we invite people to the gallery, we do the whole presentation, we kind of teach them what an NFT is, a lot of them, and make sales that way so they can kind of access fine arts.
Yeah, I was noticing that he is located in Laguna Niguel, which is a pretty fancy little part of California, and you guys also have a gallery, like an in-person gallery, and that's what you were just talking about, and I think that kind of creates kind of a more in real life scenario for an NFT sale, which is a little bit different than what's been happening, So explain to us how you got to that point. How did you even? Obviously, he's been doing this way before NFTs, so I'm sure you guys are transitioning into this.
Yeah, that's kind of how I came on board. He's been at it for 19 years, where he started creating art, these fine art project, got to 2,000 paintings, was moved to he brings them all together, and it creates this monolith. If you could see up above, it's 17 stories high. It's the largest painting ever created. That's the walkthrough. So this is first step. This is perfect. Yeah. So this is the 1-of-1 special edition. It actually has 2 legs on it now. But if you'll see, there's a front and back side. Right. There's a window that'll pop out and show you where in the monolith it actually is. Yeah. So in the walkthrough, people will be able to see it up close and personal. This was fabricated. We actually brought this to the NFT Expoverse. Here's kind of my animator did a little walkthrough of. These files are so massive because each one is unique, right?
Which is really interesting. So you're doing this massive piece in a very mosaic style of mini pictures, basically. Very cool.
Yeah, well, they're not mini. I mean, each one's 42 by 42.
Well, I shouldn't say mini. I'm just saying it's smaller than the larger piece.
Right?
Say. I think that's a better way to describe it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool because we have 272 of the world's flags. They come together to form the kind of contemporary peace sign that you all know and love.
Yeah.
And then there's the dove, which is the ancient symbol of peace. And then all 2,000 paintings come together to form both of them. And on the back, there's the symbol of there's a symbol of unity and the symbol
Right.
of peace. And it's the vision of unity and peace.
That's right.
And the way it started, we want to build this VOPE Center, we're calling it, but basically it's a peace center. It's a monument for the West Coast because we don't really have like an Eiffel Tower or the closest thing we have is like the Golden Gate Bridge, right?
Right.
So we want to build something as big as like the Eiffel Tower for the West Coast, and why
Wow.
not do it as a symbol of peace? And NFT ties into it, makes it like this real modern thing.
Sure.
And that starts creating the seed money for this thing. So it's really exciting, kind of
Cool.
unique for the space,
This is really cool. Very cool. And where are you guys planning to put this? Like, do you have a location yet, or are you guys still looking for that?
Yeah, actually, we're in kind of talks with Irvine Company. They have the Great Park there, if you're familiar. It's one of America's largest parks now.
Yeah.
They have a lot of land, and it used to be El Toro Air Force Base when I was a kid.
Yeah,
We would go to it's where they used to do the stealth flyby and all that. It's super cool. But now it's this massive park with football fields and they've a big art gallery. So they're very arts forward there, and we think it's the perfect place. The mayor loves the project. The councilmen love the project. So we think it's really going to happen. The walkthrough first, so people can see it all kind of lined up in that. It's larger than a football field, and then later to build the monument, because the monument's like a $30 million project. But
yeah, I was going to say it's not going to be cheap to pull this off. This is why I'm sure the pricing is also where it's at as well. I mean, so
well, yeah, the pricing's a little bit inflated on OpenSea. I think you'll see it's listed at like 10 ETH.
10 ETH,
but most of our in gallery sales we will negotiate. Like I said, it's a white glove treatment, so it's much more like traditional art sales where you're sitting in the gallery and we'll talk through pricing and things like that. But we price it that way because some people really want to be part of it. They just want to buy an OpenSea.
Sure,
that's fine. And we priced it that way back when ETH was like trading at like $1,000. So things have changed since then.
Yeah, quickly. It quickly changes in this space moves like lightning. That's one thing I have learned over the time.
Totally. Like our Dove project, we have a generative art piece, which is actually behind me. It looks something
Very
like
cool.
this.
Yeah.
And it's like more of like a pop art look. And those start out at 1.5 ETH, and we sold most of them at that price. But now, like, we're not selling it now. So the price went up to 4 ETH. We're gonna have to figure that out. Yeah. Most of them are going at like between 1.5 and 2 ETH.
Sure.
And we've sold, I think, 50 of them.
Nice. Now, is there a utility to this towards the monument, or how does that all work out?
Yeah. So the utilities are broad. So we have the VIP, so we've got kind of access to what we're building in the metaverse. We want to build a monument in the metaverse first. In fact, we already have an architect rendering of it, which you saw, and there's a 3D flyby and all of that. So we've basically built it, but it's just not there yet in the metaverse. So we haven't really decided where we're going to do it. But so you'll get access to that. There's access to the artist. We have inner piece workshops. We have these, because really it is always tied back to like inner peace and world unity and peace. So we have workshops on that and stuff, educational workshops and things like that. So you have access to that. You also have access to 30% of the artist royalties when you buy. Nice. So that's an interesting, unique way. The first buyer gets 30% of the artist royalties back to them. Nice. And there's an affiliate program for people who are like in our Discord, people who are like really into the project.
Yeah.
Big collectors, people have a lot of pieces. They tend to bring more people, and then we have an affiliate program for that. So those are the three main utilities. Yeah, we call it VIP, Royal Family, and Affiliate. And we're working on more all the time, of course.
And this is the actual gallery in Laguna?
Yeah, so this is one of our presentations, obviously towards the tail end of COVID. And yeah, this is our creative director did. Yeah, so this is our
now,
gallery.
Are they going to be getting a physical piece as well as the NFT, or are they separated?
So most of them will get a print. Not everyone does, but most of them will get some kind of printed representation, which essentially is a one-of-one print because there's no
Sure.
reason for us to print it again.
Sure.
But that's not necessarily. I'm not saying it's a one-of-one, but the NFT is one-of-one. There's no reason for me to print this dove again because somebody already owns it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's they don't get the originals. I mean, we're pricing them way higher because when we build this thing, we expect these to be very, very an asset class of fine art.
Now, I want to ask about the artist. So, where is he from? Where is he kind of
Yeah.
been shown? How do we know him? How do you guys?
So he's emerging still, but let's put it this way. The story is at 6 years old, he was in Tehran where they were being bombed, and so he saw war firsthand. He moved to he was living in Sweden, kind of grew up there, and then moved to Orange County, California, in the last year of high school. And just after that, of course, 9/11 happened, and so it's this kind of war has kind of haunted him throughout his life, violence, and he said, my art is the only thing I have, and I want to do something with it to inspire world peace. And so he started in his parents' garage. He ended up there's these cool photos of him covering the entire house inside. It looks kind of insane. Like every wall, every ceiling, every surface is covered in these 2,000 paintings. Goes out, does it in a tennis court. It's all covering everything. It's a pretty massive display. And but he's done exhibits in various places. Our biggest one recently was at the NFT Expoverse. We built a big model of the monolith and the walkthrough. Super impressive. Lots of photos were taken of that. It's on our Insta. And but since we've been doing the NFT sales, like 99% of our income's coming from NFTs. So it's like there's me in the back. You see my tall ass in the
yeah. So I'm curious, how do the artist feels about switching to NFTs? Like you get a lot of fine artists that are kind of on the fence about it, and they don't really know if they're wholly into the whole thing. So I'm curious, like how did he automatically kind of go towards the NFTs, or was something he had to kind of get talked into?
I think at first he thought it was like a lot of people. They're reticent. They're reluctant to believe in the power of the NFC. People are afraid of the future at the end of the day. But when I talk about the future, I talk about how bright it is. And if we start bringing our darkness with us into this bright future that I think it is, then it's just going to be the same shit at a different time, different moment on the clock. So when I start talking in those terms, he's really on board. He's really full in now. Like he's not a collector, but he really sees he's embraced the technology now, especially when he saw that people really his collectors are really responding to the art in ways that they hadn't before. It's a way to connect the artist to the collector in a way that I don't think has ever happened. And I think any artist who isn't in this space, because I work with a lot of artists because I'm the art director for this project, but I work on other stuff, and I'm always like, why aren't you need to be doing a project right now. I don't care if it's on what chain it's on. I don't care what it is. You need to be doing it, getting in, because this is the future. This is how you're going to interact with your collectors.
And then also, from a fine art perspective, you have a certificate of authenticity that is now locked to a blockchain, which is a lot different than anything that's existed before. So that's also
absolutely, and we talk a lot about provenance, and especially a lot of our collectors are Middle Eastern, and they understand that completely because of the provenance issues that NFTs are now solving with like Syrian artifacts and things. That I don't know if you guys have heard about, like illegal artifacts leaving Syria and ending up on auction blocks in London. And now NFTs are looking to try to prove the provenance of where it came from, so that we can at least prove they're legal, that they've been legally acquired.
Right, of course.
So like people tend to get that, provenance. They understand, okay, this is the real deal. I think it's like I'm really interested in doing our merch line, which is another like tokenized merchandise. I'm really excited about that because a provable provenance line from a brand is something that we've never seen before.
Yeah, I think I mean that's where I think a lot of the business side of this is going to come in, when they understand that this is actually just a proof of authenticity, where they can create lines that are special. They can create different tiers for different levels of marketing. It's that's where I see this going, actually. So like the art is obviously part of it, but I think the utility for the collector is that I can prove that this is real, this is mine. I can sell that, so
Totally. And I like that you could say, like, so Eshan is our brand, and
right.
our Rolls Royce is really the Vision of Unity
Mhm.
collection, and then we have a tier down, which is our Dove collection. And we're now looking. I just got the green light to work on an entry level, more budget priced
Yeah.
NFT that's kind of like so. But each collection can be Rolls Royce is owned by the same company as I think Volkswagen, right?
Right.
Volkswagen own them all, right? Like
Right.
so these you could do that now where it doesn't cheapen your brand to have
Sure.
an entry level and Rolls Royce, just like it has been in every other industry. Lexus is just a Toyota,
Sure.
right? But you know that, but by having a Civic, by having sorry, like a Camry doesn't cheapen your Lexus pricing.
Definitely. Definitely. We have a question from the audience. How does your guest see the difference between commercial usage compared to full on copyright? Because in this space, with the Board Ape Yacht Club and a ton of other generatives, you get full usage rights to make your own merch, that kind of stuff. How
Mhm.
are you seeing that?
Yeah, so we don't offer that copyright possibility.
Sure,
We maintain our own copyrights
sure,
for our pieces, mostly because we tend to we have a plan to use it, right? We have a
yeah,
plan to use it on all of these other,
sure,
increasingly the idea of merch and all of that. And we already have a royalty program for them
sure,
that so they do have a passive income stream that could develop from it.
yeah,
Board Apes comes up a lot, of course, like in any NFT studio. I
of
think people
course,
it's kind of like a PFP roadmap now. We're not a PFP project
right,
in the fine arts collection arena. It's never been where you could just go ahead, like what's his face? Steve Wynn owned Le Rev for many
right,
years. He
mhm,
named a musical after it, right? But he never owned the copyright to Le
of
Rev.
course,
Uh,
right.
you know what I mean?
No, that's something that it's funny because even with the Board Ape Yacht Club, they give you full usage rights, but I think people are misinterpreting usage rights and actual ownership of the piece, the
Right.
person that created it, and
Yeah.
so that's also a big difference too. With the Board Ape Yacht, you just get the usage to use it. You can do derivatives, but they can also still use it, or else they're going to go out of business. So
Yeah.
it's all part of the same thing. But anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah, I
we have
agree.
what I think is kind of like a boilerplate where, like I've worked with other fine artists, like
Yeah,
you own the artwork, but we have the right to borrow it back from you
sure,
in
sure,
case that's more for our originals though. With our
yeah,
NFTs, NFTs doesn't seem to be that much of an issue. People want to be part of the project. They're
sure,
attracted to it because of our message, our mission, and how amazing our artist is
right,
and access to the artist. So and they want to it's almost like sometimes it feels like a Kickstarter program, sometimes it feels
sure.
like a old school fine arts program, sometimes it feels like a yeah, like a mission, sometimes it feels like my days in I worked for a nonprofit for a while, sometimes it feels
Right.
like that. So
Right. It's interesting too because I'm, like when I was in LA, I used to know people that do the fine arts thing. I used to go to Otis and all that kind of stuff. So I've been to plenty of art galleries. And I know how the kind of the game runs,
yeah.
and I'm curious to see when those collectors come into the space more, like when they actually are being kind of flipped into the idea of digital art representation, that kind of stuff. If that's going to start to really boost the numbers in general for NFT sales because they're used to paying more usually in a gallery setting. So I could see a fine artist like yourself and your
Mhm.
project um, being able to sell stuff now, at a higher rate, plus including an NFT. I think it gives you guys such a bigger marketing area to kind of hit, and it also creates a collector gang that's going to start to head into this
Totally.
space, which is really interesting. And I don't think that's happened yet at all.
Well, we
So
think of we like to talk about Beeple and his success with
sure,
the Sotheby's auction and all of that, and some of like you see digital artists doing it, and I think we're just like all of us, like everyone here, and really early to market, but we're doing something that in the fine arts world you don't see even people aren't on board yet. They're not doing it yet. Our collectors are a little bit more forward thinking,
yeah,
so
that's
it's
great.
exciting. Yeah.
That's very cool. That's very cool. So when is there any other drops that are coming up other than the ones that are
Yes.
currently happening right now?
Yeah, I'm working on a signature series. It's going to be a generative piece.
Okay.
It's going to be right now. Don't quote me on it, but because we talk a lot about USD
Yeah.
because most of our sales are in USD. So we're doing another drop of 2,000 at $20. It's just because we
Oh,
have a lot of people who come
yeah.
in and they're nowhere in the price range that where they come
Sure.
in, but and they'd like to be part of it, but They don't
Sure.
have, $10,000 sitting in the bank account. So
Right.
we don't want to turn them away, and we want them to be part of our community. So that'll probably drop within the next couple weeks.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm super excited about it because I am also in charge of our Discord and our community. I'm the guy that opens up everyone's wallets, teaches them how to use MetaMask and all of that.
Nice.
So I'm really
How's that
excited
been for
about
onboarding? I'm curious. How's that going as far as onboarding people to MetaMask and that kind of stuff?
it's fascinating, to be honest, because some people, they're making a huge leap. Like it feels like they just got an email.
Yeah.
Like they just got their head around email, and now they're trying to get their seriously though. Like it's fascinating because yeah, they don't know what an NFT is when they walk through our doors, but they want to be part of it, and they know, they've heard about it, they've heard about NFTs, they've heard about Bitcoin, and that it's not as difficult as people say, but there are people, everyone calls it like this barrier, but we do this white glove treatment where you sit down next to me and I'll go through it. I'll write down your 12 words on this nice piece of paper. I hand it to you. I put it in a folder, make sure that you have it. There's no record of it here, and I explain to them where you keep it in a safe. Don't keep it all, make sure it's not connected to the internet. It's a lot, because a lot of them, they want to take a picture of it, and it's like, don't put it on your phone, like I teach them, like, if a hacker get into your phone, they're gonna know what those 12 words mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's really kind of nice to be that kind of like the Virgil, like Virgil for the like the taking you through the gates of hell and teaching you all the places of the metaverse.
That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. And so when is that going to drop? The $20 signature one?
Yeah, the $20 signature one is probably gonna. We're looking at. I'm thinking. I'm hoping to get it tested. We're gonna put on the test net tonight, and so within the next few days, give me a week and I'll have it out for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So guys, check that out, but definitely check it out. If you got the funds, be part of this project. It's cool. I like the idea and what's behind it. And the artist seems great. He has some really good work. Next time in LA, I'm going to have to stop by the gallery and go check it out in person.
Oh, please do. Yeah. I'd love you to see it. He does this amazing presentation where he goes through like what each painting meant to him as he painted it and how it all happened. It's really different coming from the artist, obviously. Sure. And yeah, it's a really good show, actually.
Awesome.
The way he does it.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Sky. That's awesome, man. Definitely come back.
Yeah.
When you guys keep on doing stuff, we'd like to know more about these projects, as they grow, so.
For sure. Definitely. And I'm trying to build our Twitter right now, because most of my clients aren't Twitter. So if anyone's out there, please give me a follow. It's Visions by Eshan. Yep. It's just me on doing the Twitter, maintaining that. So nice. I'm begging for followers on that right now.
There you go, guys. Go follow him on Twitter. Down below is the website. It's also in the YouTube chat. Go ahead and click there. Go follow him and check out the project as it grows. It's really cool. It's over on ETH. For someone who was asking in the chat, yes, it's over on ETH. It's over on OpenSea. So keep your eyes open for it. All right. Thank you so much, Sky.
For sure.
Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. All right. So let's do another quick giveaway while we are in between things. I don't know what I want to give away. Let's see. Let's see what's in the wallet. Oh my God. We got a series promo sticker. We'll start with this because this man's coming up. Series 3. This is from Drawn Company. We're going to give one of these ones away here. One of these sticker packs. Let's see who's going to get it. And it's TC, of course, because we haven't had TC one in a while. I got an extra one for you. I'll send it to you, TC. Here we go. Let's do it again. Let's see who's going to get it. Jeff, once again, always winning.
He wins more than we do.
He does. He wins probably the most out of anybody. Jeff, you want another one? Hit me up on Twitter. Same old thing.
You must have his wax count down to a T at this second.
Oh, dude, yeah. I got him to get a Proton wallet now. Now he has a Proton wallet now too. So I got some of those. So yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it right, man. So next up, I want to talk to Quasi. We're gonna get to you, Drawn Company. We're gonna get to you. Don't you worry. The reason I'm putting Drawn Company last, because Drawn Company comes with a PowerPoint. He's not messing around. So
so get your pillows and your blankets out, folks. Could be a long night. Because every time he comes on, his PowerPoint fails. Without fail, the PowerPoint fails.
I love it.
Okay, Quasi, man. Here we go. It's a next gen project here. It's tell me what's going on with this, man. Just give me the whole info, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So I kept it kind of mysterious, intentionally. I want people to like, join in the Telegram and like learn more that way. But basically what it is Quasi is a project that I started doing a non-generative, just drawing out of an old sketchbook I found from when I was going through kind of like a mental health crisis when I was younger. And something about the character just really resonated with me. And I started doing different versions of him in different settings and stuff. And a buddy of mine was like, you should make them like PFP and sell me one because I want it and I think they're cool. And I was like, all right. So he got me started. I was just sharing them on my Twitter. Like I had no intention of doing a generative project at first, and he kind of motivated me to do the one of ones that started it. So I did 18 of those, just basically sold them to friends that were interested whenever I showed them, and then my buddy was like, "Hey, you should." Wax Punk, actually, if you know Wax Punk.
Oh yeah, totally Wax Punk. Man.
Yeah, he was like,
he's an OG, man. Wax Punk, man.
Yeah,
Wax Punk's
he's
been around,
awesome,
man.
dude. Yeah, so Wax Punk bought the first, got everything started, or not. He didn't buy the first. He was the one that told me, "Hey, you should mint me one," and I minted like 5 of them, and he got one, and then Round Guy and a couple different people bought them, and so I sold 18 of them, and I was like, I really want to do something more with it, and he was like, you should do a generative thing, and I'd never done like I've looked over generative collections and helped other people with like doing all that stuff, but I've never done one. So I was like, all right, I'll throw my hat in there and see if I can do this, and just started playing around with it and was getting really into it, and there wasn't a lot of tooling yet to like make PFP projects on Wax.
Yep.
But I wanted to do it on Wax because that's, where like what I believe in NFTs, and I think Wax has a huge potential in the long run. So I was kind of setting everything up to be able to do it when I had, one of my friends that would help me develop it and launch it as a generative thing. And then Chain Champs came out, which provided all the tooling basically in this free beta period, which is awesome. Highly recommend. Work with them. But yeah, so
right here, this is the PFP maker. So they're one of the PFP makers. Now this one creates the final outputs, right? And then with the metadata, correct?
IPFS and everything, yeah. And then what they haven't launched on there yet is they don't have like the full drop system. So the drops, I had to work with their dev and like private message and send all the information and send him the NFTs directly so he could manually enter them into the drop, because their system, they have memos and everything that are ready to use it, but they don't have the button set up and everything. So it's supposed to have 1,111. Right now it only shows 252 in there because I kind of ran into some technical issues with the whole drops function, everything like that.
Sure.
But that's how much the full collection will be. Nice. But yeah, the whole focus of it with Quasi is basically like a guy who aspires to greatness and struggles with mental health and social insecurities. And like this is kind of the different aspects of him, where there's like superhero versions of himself. And like I can read you kind of the backstory if you want. I haven't released all of it yet, but this is the first part. I've been kind of doing it in little dropping, a little bit here and there, and sharing it slowly. But so there are 1,111 Quasi-Man in the Quasi-verse, and Quasi-Man is an oddball that aspires to greatness, but often struggles with mental health and social insecurities. It was a hot summer night on Theosia. Out of nowhere, a meteoroid struck down on the lands. Society drifted into chaos, famine, and violence. It led to war with the Theosians and caused a great genocide on the Quas. Cut to 2 years later, Quasi-Man is the last of his people in a quasiverse plagued by disease, hatred, and taxes. In a last-ditch effort to save the Quasis, he clones himself 1,111 times. The clone's only desire is to be free and help others, but unfortunately, Quasi fears that they will be shunned by society because of the fractured personalities that they have left. So he traps them in an underground land, largely undiscovered world called Waxlandia. Some people think he's just a nerd that spends too much time trading quasi-currencies in the Quasiverse, but there are some that see Quasi-Man as a superhero of sorts, a champion of truth for the strange, the lost, and the forgotten. So that's the intro for Quasi-Man in full. But yeah, basically...
That's awesome, dude. I like that, man. I like the lore.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It was nice having the visuals behind it, too. It was almost like a nice reading there. That was very cool, man. I like that. Very cool. And so, do these have any utility? I got to ask. That seems to be the question I have to ask with all
absolutely.
this. So, and if it does, what is that?
Yeah, so there's basically going to be different traits that have different rewards. So, like, there's certain traits that are related to projects that I work on, like different wax tokens that are, either technical partners with the projects or projects I'm involved with. So we're setting up pools to reward the people with those traits for those currencies. And also I'm doing a percentage of the sales, like 10% goes to buying wax artists that are mostly undiscovered, smaller artists that are, struggling to sell stuff, and then airdrop it to different people with other traits. So like basically all the traits are going to have some sort of utilities, but certain ones will have different value to other people and certain ones will be more valuable to other people. Some people will just want the tokens and some people will speculate on the airdrops that might come with, a Quasi-Man hat or, like a architect shirt.
Right.
And, so there is some different utilities that are going to be rolling out. The first thing is basically I'm going to be setting up the staking pools and the airdrops.
Sure.
For
you're going to do the staking over at Waxdow? Oh wait, uh-oh, there's TC's off staking. Hello.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing something with Waxdow, and I'm going to be using a portion of the profit to refill those pools.
Nice.
So from primary and secondary market.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I love the Waxdow, man. I think that's great for the smaller collections that need to get into staking. It's a great setup over there. In fact, I just remembered I have a pool that probably ended today for M.O.R.B.S, so I got to fix that. I got to lengthen the
refill those pools.
Got to refill those pools. Yeah, it's really cool. That's really awesome, man. And so these are available right now on Chain Champs, correct?
Yep, they're $20 each, and you can grab them now. There's no limit on the amount that you can get, but it is one per transaction. So you just have to click and, until you get one that you like, if you don't like the first one.
I like that, man. Hold on. Let me get the link also here on screen so people can see. I put the main link directly to the drop, guys, over in the YouTube chat, and I'm putting the link also together, which is NFT Dollar Store, which is a good name. How'd you come up with that one? I like the NFT Dollar Store sign.
Yeah, so I got into domains, a couple of years back, and I was just into NFTs. But I thought, okay, somebody's probably gone through and gotten all these. But I always thought that dollar stores were like a cool thing. That they're just like, especially we were talking about the South earlier, like everywhere in the South, and it's just like a funny thing that like, is in this part of this culture. But so I was lucky enough to scoop NFT Dollar Store. And if people are asking why, the $20 NFT is at NFT Dollar Store,
which is just say you're bad at math. That's all you gotta say. It's like I never do good at math. It's
inflation, guys. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. We got hit with a 20%.
That's awesome.
It would be cool if you could sell actual domains as NFTs.
Yeah.
Well, there isn't they. What's that name of the company that does it on ETH? What is the name of that? ENS, right? Isn't it ENS? Aren't you kind of doing that?
Unstoppable domains.
Unstoppable, yeah.
I have my benruby.nft.
Yeah, you need to get a TC.com going, man. Your TC.eth, man.
Do you have TC?
No, he doesn't have it yet. We got to get TC on Unstoppables. We need Crackers needs one too.
Yeah,
hook that up. Hook it up.
Have
man.
you? Jason actually has a second project. I don't know if it's how is the other project coming. Is that gone live yet, or
what's
the Bitcoin one?
Oh, the mining project, MTF. Yeah. So I work for a couple other projects. One of them being Mine the Future, and they actually have like a hat trait in collection, which I'm not going to talk too much about any of that because I don't want to give anything away or what have you. But
right.
Basically, Mine the Future is like a Ethereum based project, but it's kind of a new innovation on using NFTs and smart contracting to tie a industrial Bitcoin mining facility to an NFT, and basically we're going to we already have the facility, but we're filling it with Bitcoin miners, approximately like 360 S19 Pros.
We can sell you TC. He's a good miner.
There you go.
Get him in the corner, just fanning the consoles down.
Exactly. TC's like, no. Speaking of mining, TC, what's going on with Mining Network again? Coming out of left field,
number one again. Number one
again, man. I was like, wow.
What's your power, TC?
I'm over 100. I'm over 100,000 now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. TC does not play around, dude.
The gains are incredible.
They are. Yeah, it's ridiculous.
For the amount that you invest, I hate to say it, but it's the best. To me, it's the best.
Best return, huh?
Yeah. And I kind of like that it's not whitelisted. To be honest,
which is hilarious that it's number one, not whitelisted. We gotta love that. That's hilarious.
That just shows the silliness of what's going on with whitelisting.
Oh yeah.
It's just certain companies just don't like to promote legal games where they like to promote rug pulls. Let's just say 3 or 4 of them haven't. Hang on, 3 or 4 of those games that have rug pulls have actually been the highest rated. So they've had the orange.
They
have get whitelisted.
There's 2 I know for sure were orange. Yeah, they were double. Yeah. They were double checked and they rug.
And now I've seen stories of another game that I reckon is doing a slow rug pull.
Yeah, I've been looking at it. I've been seeing the wax scams, man. I've been paying attention to wax scams on Twitter.
Wax scams on Twitter is fire.
Yeah, if you haven't checked it out, I don't know who's doing it, but I love it. I'm sorry. At least someone's keeping it correct, but I'm curious to know where that's all going. But anyway, sorry about that. Quasi man, go for it.
Oh no, I was going to say one of the funniest things with that Mining Network whitelisting thing was that because Mining Network wasn't whitelisted, that a fake Mining Network ripoff was able to come in and get whitelisted.
Oh my god!
Like I don't know, like 200 details, and that's the really silliest part of that whole.
Oh my god!
Situation.
That's backwards.
Because especially if you looked up the game and you go to whitelisting, you go to the collections and you see that it's the top whitelisted collection, you're gonna trust that. So
of course,
you can't.
Of course,
it's craziness. But yeah, I think they're doing a lot of things to improve whitelisting at this point. I think also the tooling that's available now makes it so much easier for people to have success without whitelisting.
Sure.
If they want to, have their own marketplaces and that kind of thing.
Right.
I mean, NiftyBC's and Atomic Hub, they have obviously their own whitelisting procedures and everything like that. But they've expressed in Twitter Spaces and marketing sessions that they're working on a new process for that. So hopefully that comes out soon for anybody that's coming in now, because whitelisting is not fun.
Yeah. No, you don't have to tell us. Yeah, Crackers loves whitelisting. It's one of his favorite things. He loves that. He likes Swedish meatballs. He likes some other things.
I was going to say hurdy-gurdy. We don't get that. You're too young. Go to bed.
So yeah, we know the whitelisting's always been kind of a, it's a catch-22. It's like you kind of appreciate it because it does sift out a lot of problems, but then the ones that do get through, you're kind of like, how did you get the orange check mark though? I don't know how you did that, like
Money
the white
talks.
like something's up, so anyway, yeah, it's just what's going to be happening, but it's good that you've been doing stuff, Quasi. I'm curious to know what other stuff you come up with too, man. I mean, this project sounds cool, and I really liked your lore. The backstory was really cool, man. So
awesome,
very cool.
Yeah,
very cool,
there is more components to it, like obviously with the focus on the characters, being struggling with mental health. I want to do something to give back to mental health, but part of me doesn't want to just give it to a charity. I would rather organize an effort in my local environment, and whether that's like feeding outside of like shelters or what have you, but it's just I feel like that's definitely a core element in what I connect with this character, and that motivated me to do this. So and also I found it really therapeutic to going through and making the traits and connecting in different like people that I'm friends with in there, like my friend Danish Crypto. He has like his hat and glasses. If you've ever seen any of his profile pictures, so you can pull a Danish, which is kind of funny for anybody that knows that. And if you don't know, you just think, why is this called Danish hat and glasses?
Yep. That's great, man. Yeah. I agree. Mind Master. Yeah. Mental health awareness is so important. It's really, really cool, man. Yeah. Actually, today I was reading an article from, what's that actor's name that was from, I can't think of it now. Why does this slip my mind right now? Anyway, forget about it. I'm not going to talk about it because I just blew my mind. All right. So anyway, Quasi, man, thank you so much, man, for stopping by. You got to come back by when more drops come your way. All right, man?
Definitely. Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. This has been a blast. And what Skyjack Morgan is working on, sounds really awesome. And drawing companies, awesome dude. So
well, I'm loving the NFT dollar store. I remember when they opened a dollar store near me in Virginia, and the article said you don't have to get so dressed up like when you go to the Walmart. So I'm like, so I'm thinking, don't get dressed up to go to the NFT dollar store.
That's so good.
Total cash, man. I love it.
That's awesome, man. Oh, the actor was Jonah Hill. That was it. Jonah Hill came out today, and he was saying that he's not doing any more interviews for any movies anymore because it mentally, he said it has affected his mental health all the way through these years, and he's just not doing it anymore. So. And he made a new movie. Yeah, it's smart. It is smart. So it's good that they bring awareness.
Well, it's not heard about one yet. Do you ever hear Cineworld?
No, I don't.
It's a big. Cineworld is one of the biggest cinemas in the world, I think.
Okay.
It's the second biggest franchise.
Yeah.
They just declared bankruptcy.
Oh my God! Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, man.
So
mainly from COVID, do you think? Is that what?
They basically said because of COVID, they haven't. I mean, inflation. People aren't going to the cinema anymore. I can sit at home.
That's so expensive, man. Oh my God, man. It was so expensive right before COVID.
I got that limitless pass, though. I got that limitless pass for like $28. I'm going to the cinema more than I ever went. It's like
$28. That's great. I didn't know that.
Cheap. Yeah, man. I'm going more than I ever have in my life. I'm loving it. I got the all
you become a limited pass. You do realize that, don't you?
Yeah, right.
Limited very, very soon. By the way, the Blockbuster.
Yeah, right. Maybe they might. Yeah, that's exactly like. Remember when they did no late fees? I feel like the same thing. Like I took advantage of those no late fees. I remember those. Loved it. I'll play the fiddle while Rome burns.
Exactly right. That's awesome. Okay, so let's do another giveaway. We're going to do another one of these Series 3 promo sticker packs from Drawn Company because Drawn Company's coming on next. We're going to talk to him in 2 seconds here after we see who wins this next pack. And it is, drum roll, Peter Perez, Mr. Aesthetic Monte. He gets it. Hit me up, Aesthetic, on Twitter, and I will hook you up with that Drawn Company sticker pack. And it's at M.O.R.B.S 15 right there at the bottom. It's scrolling. It's scrolling down there, guys. All right, so it's time. Get ready for the PowerPoint. Here it comes. Here comes Matt.
Pillows and blankets, that's already.
Here, get yourself ready.
Can I just say, right?
Yeah.
The first time I came on here, you put me on second, and the guy who was on first was like, he was a serious artist as well. And I thought tonight, oh god, because I've taken it to the next level, and actually, I've got a comment which is regarding the culture that we try and create.
Right.
I thought, please don't put me on after this guy, because it could either
go left at Albuquerque. We don't know.
It was great though. Great to see your both of your projects. I really enjoyed that. So share screen. Here we go. Last time I didn't come with a PowerPoint.
Where is
now,
it?
famously,
Where's that share screen? Pop it up there.
And we celebrated. We celebrated last time you didn't come.
There it is. Here we go, guys. I'm going to go full screen on this guy. So here it comes.
Oh, beautiful. Can you see the PowerPoint?
We can.
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. So tonight we did our first part of our Series 3 drop. We released 200 packs of the Series 3 sticker pack, and I was really looking forward to coming on here tonight and sort of like getting some extra sales. But oh my days, we sold out in 5 minutes.
Hey now!
What?
Oh, hey now!
Yeah. So that was
Nice
that
work.
was that was great. I mean, there are only 2 wax packs, and obviously we've got our main drop next week. But it was really good that people had bought into that, and I think I had something like 60 unique buyers because I always crunched the data afterwards. So that's just a real genuine success. Yeah. And then more of a success for me is in our Discord. We have like a swap shop. And there's been hardly any activity on the secondary market, but that's been fine because everybody's been trading amongst themselves in Discord. And I said to them all tonight, this is why I do it, because this is beautiful. Like, I just enjoy watching you all swapping, because it's like being in the playground when we were 10 and we were swapping football stickers. So yeah, we sold out. It was a simple blend game. Basically, I put black and white stickers in the packs. There were 10 of them. And to craft the coloured version, you needed 2 of each sticker. So all of the coloured versions are epic blends. And I think by the time we went on air, we had about 160 blends done, which is in itself another achievement. So it went well. Here are 4 of the stickers. We've got Dinosaur Karen. We've got Ashley there who's squatting down. Someone said, and I don't know what this is, I'm cursed with ladies that are in a sitting or squatting position. She looks like she's doing a poo, doesn't she? Like,
she's pushing one out, mate. She is pushing one out.
She's not.
She is. That looks like a woman who had a bad curry the night before.
Well, she might.
She's praying to God that this just comes out easy.
We've got crying.
Anyway,
crying after her boss yelled at her.
Yeah.
She's curled up in a fetal position. Yes. She can't take what just happened to her.
Right, exactly. She's crying in the cubicle.
Poor Ashley. And we're trying to move away from the whole pooping ladies thing after the whole Keshi Karen. So maybe not the best sticker to make, but there we go. We're back in the same hole we were in. We've got Anime Karen, and then we've got our golf cart, which was sort of like came from a community idea for a Series 3 panel. So here we go. Drawn Company, leaders in sensible artistic expression, culture, and tackling challenging subjects through sensitivity. And there we've got Karen on the lash, puking up on a Friday night. So yeah, Series 3 out next week. I mean, I've been doing the show, haven't I, since I did Series 2. I can remember I came on here as a minnow after Crackers.
You were a tiny little baby when you came here. You're a little baby.
I didn't understand you back then.
We rocked you to sleep, and then you came back and you said, "Here's another," and then you were a toddler. And now you're growing up. You're heading to junior high now. Here we go.
I love it. So, and thanks for giving me the chance back then, because had I have not been on that first episode, I don't think I'd have sold the amount that I sold, because I did Series 2, which was my first proper pack drop. We sold out that. I mean, it was only that was at a pocket money price as well, but that was great to do that. It's 100% mostly new artwork, and I've managed to really challenge myself and come up with this creative paper tray, which you'll see in some of the NFTs, which I'm particularly proud of. Simple things for simple minds. Yeah. So there is 20 new NFT panels, and I'm sorry, Jack. Right? Yeah, we are going to lower the tone a bit here. Some of the panels you're going to see have actually been because I passed.
Sky, you got to read. Wait a second. Wait. Stop. Just stop, man. You can't just throw stuff like this out. Like, I'm not going to comment on this. Hold on a second. Let's look at the first. Let's look at the
Hammer
first frame.
time. Read Hammer time.
Whilst the evening started off in a fairly well-mannered way, it wasn't long before Emily was beating the living shit out of Georgine.
Thank you, Sky. Excellent read. Let's go. Snack machine, Sky. Give it to me.
In a show of universal kindness and unaware of his pending dissection, the office ape helps the aliens work out the snack machine.
And then let's finalize this with hammer time.
It's hammer time. Karen, this is a bad. Karen staged a walkout over the 10 recent deaths resulting from participation in a trust exercise involving catching flying hammers. Brilliant. Yes. My pleasure.
Yeah,
that's what the comedy is, guys. You got to. It's the devil's in the details here with Ron Company.
It's not that. I'll give Matt his credit. I mean, it's so original.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, and
Karen actually has a Twitter page. Now we all know it's Matt in a wig. Yeah. All right, we all understand this is Matt's alter ego.
He goes plan 9 from outer space right off the bat. He throws on the cashmere sweater and the wig, and he's Karen Cutterbutt. That's exactly what happens.
No, but some people think she's real still. Some people think they turn around and say, "Oh, you're Karen." Yeah, I know. And then they look at me a bit weird. They never look at me in the same way.
You should get your wife to man that Twitter account. See how long she divorces you. Just see how long.
I'm sure she'd enjoy that. So we're looking at 3 of the common panels there. There's 10 of those fellas in the collection. I've only done 3 because I don't want to spoil the surprise. They're all on the website. But yeah, as you guys said there, it's all about, and Cracker said this actually, what I'm creating, and I didn't know I was doing this, is old-fashioned seaside postcards with British humor on. We get compared to The Office, but it's never really built with The Office in mind. Although it's an office setting, it's more about like the funny, rude and crude British humor. And we've got some new characters, people. So introducing Ron Moore from corporate. And this came from a guy, Barnes, who's in the Discord, and basically said his fondest memory of being at work was going on a golfing away day with someone from corporate or a middle manager. And he said it was great because, they were tearing around the golf course in a golf cart, and they were all drinking Jello shots, and it was all going off. So that's where the character of Ron came. We needed a middle manager. We needed someone from corporate who might look like someone who but any likeness to anyone living or dead is purely it's purely coincidental. He's got 4 panels. He's going to be a rare card. I'm going to show you one of them. So Jack, can you do the honors again, please?
Here we go. Lap sitting.
Ron economized on a sudden bereavement and the naivety of the new intern to persuade her to work on his lap today. What a gentleman. What a gentleman. Bereavement is serious. Go back to mental health. This is the
You know what I really want to do with your stuff, man? I'm going to print this out, and I'm going to put it around the workplaces all around town, just like put it over, just see if people even notice what it says, like where they're just like, oh, instructional lap sitting, and then they're like, wait a second, what is this?
Wait a minute.
But yeah, it's great, isn't it? So we got that, and then I've made a rod for my own back with this collection because we've got the anime Karen panel. So I wanted to do basically for the legendaries, and I've got 2 in this set at the minute. I wanted to do something in widescreen. I wanted to do something that was animated because obviously the stuff traditionally, because I was only starting out, I was trying to do the animations, but they were always too clunky. I've actually come up with something which is premium and pretty beautiful. But of course, now we're going to get people who just buy Series 3 because they want the anime Karen. So like nobody's going to want the other NFTs. It's all about the anime Karen. And she caused a bit of a stir.
You created
actually.
your own monster, my friend.
Look at this, people. Did you see this, right? Wax blockchain, not my words. This is my favorite Karen, right? So
there you go.
I had that tweet from the blockchain, and then check this shiz out. Oh, hang on. Miss Train Crypto, good morning, Drawn. Thank you. Had a lovely weekend. I've never had Schnazzy and Miss Teen Crypto tweet me at all. So to get them both on the same day.
Did you tweet about Bitcoin by any chance?
Are you sure that's the real Miss Teen Crypto? Because there's like 15 Miss Teen Cryptos.
That is 100% genuine. 100% genuine. That is her.
Miss Teen Crypto has blonde hair now, mate.
Stop spoiling it, yeah. Just let me bask in it. Just let me bask.
It's half the fun. It's half the fun.
Here we go. UV blacklight. Here we go, Sky.
No. Don't read this. Well, you can read it actually, but it's not. Yeah.
Now we have to read it. You don't say you can't.
Yeah, now I'm on it. Yeah,
it's happening. UV blacklight.
Blacklight with a question mark. The Drawn Company community are invited to choose their 3 favorite Series 3 panels to become epic UV variants.
Oh, so there we go. So
back like the others.
Yeah,
I'm disappointed on that one right there.
Yeah,
what's going on there, man? I feel like we got gypped on that one.
I was hoping
so
for
basically, the theory behind this is that I've put all the panels on the website now. I've done a quick monkey survey. I'm going to get people to choose their 3 favorite panels, and then we'll make them into the epics. So it's just empowering the community, because they have been involved quite a lot in the development of the whole thing. So I just wanted to do something like that to, see if we can get some people sharing their ideas, because they'll be very clear on what they like, from the start. So that Survey Monkey link is in our Discord at the minute. So if you go to the website, pop in the Discord, vote for your 3 best. Yours might be chosen as an epic. We're gonna do some fun animation with that. I don't know quite what we're gonna do yet, but we'll do something to make them a bit more special than the others. Jack again, please cryosleep.
Yeah, having presumed to wake up first, Matthew decided to pleasure himself behind Emily's pod. He had, in fact, woken up last.
Again, we've got the Drawn Company cryo chamber there, and
look at it. He gets totally caught at the end. You see him?
Yeah.
Totally sitting behind the pod, and then gets completely caught.
It reminds me of Porky's.
So yeah, well, it's Porky's, isn't it? So before you read this next one out, I wanted to do something super special for the Ultimate, but not do a VIRL, because I've been doing VIRLs till they come out my bottom. So I wanted to do something different. So I'll let it's Jack that's reading them, isn't it?
Well, Sky or Jack, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Sky, sorry, Sky.
No, people call me Jack. It's good.
Okay, yeah, cool. So go on then. Try and read this one, and then we'll explain.
I gotta go fast because it's gonna disappear on me.
Yeah.
Greetings, employee. I am the Drawn Company A system thinking working artificial technology, but you can call me Twat. How are you today? You twat.
So basically, the story behind this one is that, as you know, my marketing department is a complete and utter shambles. Right. I've given them the job of naming the AI system, and they've come up with this acronym for thinking working artificial technology, which is TWAT, unfortunately. So what we're doing with that is, if anyone packs that, they're going to receive that NFT, but then they'll receive instructions, and there will be terms and conditions with this, because there will be certain things that I won't cover, but I'll let them put their own text in there. So they will get a 1/1 NFT. However many of those are minted, the person will then be able to redeem it with me, and then I will write the text that they want on that text to create the 1/1 NFT of the Twat system for them, to make it just that extra bit special. So yeah, we've got.
And by the way, the Twat system is T. W. T. It's an anagram. What does it stand for again?
Thinking, working, artificial technology.
That's right. So we're not saying anything bad here, just so we get that
No,
clear.
no. It's just an acronym.
Double
yeah.
entendres. We can get away with double entendres all day.
Yeah, don't be such a pervert.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Calling you a pervert anymore. There's more people calling you
Wow,
pervert now.
This is the most involvement we've ever had. I love this interactivity. So we've got 3 packs available. We've got the promo pack, we've got the standard pack, and we've got the premium pack. We'll be giving out promo packs to our DC coin holders and some competition winners. There's going to be 120 of those. We've got standard packs for 30 wax. You're going to get 5 NFTs with 1 guaranteed rare or better. We're doing 50 premium packs. You'll get 10 NFTs, 2 of which will be epic or better. They're 50 wax. And they're dropping next Friday. I just wanted to share this with you.
Yes.
Are you still there, guys? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
The Constructoids are awesome, man. I love this.
Yeah. So these are actually Constructoids in the wild, and I thought about M.O.R.B.S when Ryan did these, and he actually made his prototype because I sent them a prototype when I sent them the Keshi Karens out. Yeah. So you can see he's actually made that, which was really exciting, and he's done a whole sort of like, you know, Ryan's very thorough. So we've got the machines. He's laid out his tools there, and there's a doing photograph as well. Absolutely love it. Can't get more from your community. What's coming next? So we've got loads on the roadmap. I'm part of an initiative called the NFT Network. We've got an event going on in Birmingham again in September. We're going to be doing for the community, because I've separated it into drops and community. So we'll do community first. We got the Karens. So we're having our inaugural community awards ceremony in October. We're going to have a burning celebration in November, and then we're going to be doing a secret Santa and Christmas party, which is going to be really fun. I'm reticent, and I'll get people's opinions on this. I'm not 100% sure whether I'd want a Christmas NFT in my wallet all year. How do you guys feel about that? Like,
Crackers,
actually, I have a question for you. I'm going to do an advent calendar, right? So
yeah,
can I get a Christmas party, a separate Christmas party one just for people who buy the advent calendar?
Yeah, 100%. So you will have.
And what I will say to you is, me and Brett Berg did one last year, and what he did was anyone who had that NFT, we use it as a blend.
Oh, okay, so that's a really good idea. Yeah, there you go.
So what you do there is you're wiping out whatever ones are left, and you're giving it a higher mark. The market value of it goes up. Yeah. So it is technically a burn event.
Yeah,
but people have the option to keep it.
Yeah. That's a really good idea. That's a good way of thinking it. That's just when I was thinking because some people don't like the seasons, do they? And they don't like seeing holiday stuff all the time. So that's
called TC and Grinch.
So we've got another Constructoids drop in September. We're going to do a Digicon exclusive action figure range. We've got 70 of those templates now. They account for the majority of the NFTs we've minted. And they've really been sort of like a key backbone of our success. We're going to carry on with the pocket money promise, so there'll be 1 wax packs, and it allows me to create stuff that, you know, I would like to collect myself. I mean, I'd like to collect the Series 3 stuff, but the action figures is just something that's really close to my heart, and I love to see people, you know, swapping and blending and doing the trading thing like I was talking about. And then we've got Karen Burger, but we'll save that for another day. But Karen Burger is exciting. It's a new blending game. I can't call it a game because I'm not a game, but it's a blending game. We're going to be doing something like that in October.
Will that be over 18s?
It won't be over 18s, no. And Karen's not on the photocopier anymore.
So I'm just guessing from the second name, Karen's Burger. Sorry, Karen.
There we go. I like it. So,
and Jack will never appear back on this ever again.
No, please. I love it.
Culture. Oh, how did this get in there? Now, as you can see, I'm positioned 35.
Oh, look at the dig. Oh,
and there's 36.
I think we count them off straight away.
Now, can I just sorry, but it's funny. It's funny that we're both next to each other, but if you look, there's no way I've done those sales today. So I think there's something going on there. Like, I don't think it's captured the right amount of sales because I've only done
edited to look good.
Yeah,
he's actually 36 and you're actually 35.
So please, if you like the idea of having a really cultured experience, probably go and see the guys that were on first, Sky.
Eshan.art.
But if you're looking for a fun happy hour and a girl named Karen
and
Wrong
Ashley as
company.
well, who might be pooping. And
A culture requires many voices, doesn't it? And all
Exactly.
these
Thank you,
voices
Sky.
are important, right?
I'm
Thank
at
you.
lowers the tone each time.
Right. It's all right.
Thank you so much. Wait there. Now hang on. I almost
Oh.
did it. I almost did it.
What?
Almost left the studio.
Oh,
Like,
you're there. You're here.
Yeah, no, I'm here.
There you go.
Success.
God, thank God.
Thanks
There you
for
go,
that. That
Matt.
was
Yet
fun.
again, another amazing PowerPoint. And today we had Sky doing amazing VOs today, voiceovers.
Yeah, that was great.
It's
Do you know
got a
what
whole
that
new
made
level of fun to that. That was
That's
great.
what you should make a video now with Sky's voiceover for it.
I was going to say, MTV is next, dude. You got to do a little 15-minute spot of him just Sky reading it over the animation.
Brilliant.
Done. There you
Brilliant.
go.
No, that
Free of
made it. That
charge.
did. Yeah, no. Thanks for that. That was great. And I hate to lower the tone because, well, no, I don't actually, because I love what I do.
We love what you do too, but next time, let me not be with Drawn Company because now I just feel like I look bad.
Oh my
I
God.
have a PowerPoint ready. I didn't realize
No
the
way,
speed
dude.
was so high.
Let me tell you, Matt has come quite a long way because the PowerPoints are now superb.
Working.
But in the beginning we had some technical difficulties that were part of it.
That's what made it fun.
But now it's like now Matt is the guy to go to. You need a PowerPoint presentation done on a show. Call Matt.
He's your guy.
He's your guy. He will be able to do it properly. Awesome. So we're going to do a quick giveaway. One more of these Series 3 promo sticker packs. Let's see who's going to get it. Let's go. This is a fun show. This is a fun one.
Can I just? I know you're just choosing that, but I always forget, right? Because
Cosmic Alien again.
Cosmic Alien is killing it over here.
Yeah, Cosmic, you get another one, man. So you got one to keep, got one to sell. Holy!
I just went and bought one of those sticker packs because I thought that was freaking hilarious, dude. That's
thank man.
And I love that you're starting out with the 1-2 wax price because even on secondary. I paid 8 wax, and I'm happy to get that pack for 8 wax.
That's a nice jump.
Worth 10 wax, 20 wax. So and it makes it fun for people to trade and everything like that.
Nice,
I think so. And for me, you're giving back to my my community. It's sort of like I'm not worried about the money right now. What I want to do is I want to create stuff because I finally found an outlet for my creativity, and I've created this brand, and I want to just take it as far as I can, because people are enjoying it. If people stop enjoying it, I'll walk away. But whilst people are enjoying it, we're going to carry on making stuff.
Matt, can I ask?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? Because I know the backstory to how you started off, that you were messing with your friends, sending messages over and back and forward about these. Now, please tell me they're at least collecting these on wax for you. They say they're involved in wax somehow.
To be fair, actually, this is a massive success story for me. My best mate, who's not into, he's into music, but Paul, his name is. I set him up a wallet, and actually, as a consequence of him trading some Drawn Company NFTs, he's actually gone out there and invested £150 in his favorite artist on Binance. So, and he actually went away and set up a Binance wallet by himself. So, I thought that was great because I've introduced him to this space, and now he's gone away and he's actually buying art that he loves. So there we go. But just before we go any further, can I just say a massive thanks to Jeff, right? Because Jeff's been supporting the project from the start, right? And I never thank him, and I always walk away from here and I think, why didn't you thank Jeff? Thanks Jeff, because I know he's in here today.
Awesome.
And thanks M.O.R.B.S, thanks TC, thanks Crackers,
and
thanks everybody else. There's a lot of you in there, too many to mention in the chat, but all your support and you really makes it, and you all getting involved with the company.
It's a pleasure, Matt, honestly, and you know that yourself. I love having a good crack at you, and I love abusing you. It's fun. I'll be honest. honest about it.
The truth comes out.
Exactly, TC. All right, we're gonna give this Keshi Karen away. This baby blue Keshi Karen. Vintage.
Nice.
This is vintage.
Oh man,
Right, I'm calling
I can't
Jeffy.
put my name.
Here we
in.
go.
J.
Who's gonna get it? Let's see.
Did you spend time in Japan, Matt? We're just this Japanese.
Joful.
So I was into anime when anime wasn't a big thing in the UK, like when I was 12. And my dad used to go to HMV and look at the videos with me, and he used to be like, I'll buy that, I'll watch it, and I'll see if you can watch it afterwards. And of course, I'd say about 80% of the stuff that was bought for me from the video store, I never watched as a child. But you know, I love it, and I've got there's definitely manga in there. I mean, I'd love to. I mean, I'm not technically great as an artist. I'm good at branding and marketing. You know, I can do the drawn company stuff, and I'm like, if you were to compare what I did at the start with what we're doing now, it's like streets ahead. I mean, I look at it myself and I'm like, I can't believe I'm producing stuff to that quality. But I'd really like to go further down the sort of manga anime route and bring more stuff in. I wanted to do it with Series 3, but I just didn't have time. But yeah, there's definitely a Japanese influence in there, but no, never been to Japan.
Oh, you gotta go. I think that
I love it.
You'd be smashed over the head with inspiration. I think.
That drunk Japanese businessman on the street doing slap fights is awesome.
Well, like Ikahabara has the gacha store where you go in and it's just those gumball machines, you know, and it's like it's like NFTs in real life, you know, and you go.
I love gacha. Yeah,
it's fabulous. It's it's just all your senses are taken over in that area.
Joful, congratulations first of all on winning, and to claim it, if you look at the scroll right below where I put up your comment, it'll say @MORBS15 over on Twitter. Hit me up over there. I will get you your prize. Just send me your Wax wallet address. I'll be able to send that over. All right. So awesome, guys. This has been a really fun show. Okay, so let's just go around about. So, Drawn, thank you once again. We'll see you when? Next week? 2 weeks from now? It doesn't matter. You'll be back. Don't worry. Just make sure you have a PowerPoint ready. All right? Boom. There you go. Quasi, man, thank you so much for stopping in, man. It was really cool meeting you, man. Do you have anything you want to leave us with?
Yeah, absolutely. For sure, you know, obviously go check out the drop at NFT Dollar Store. I know it's a little bit higher entry for a lot of people, but I do have a collab with David's M.O.R.B.S. that's only 1 or 2 wax. So if you go to my Telegram, you'll see that, and those are pretty cool. But also, if any artists out there have drops regularly that are 1 or 2 wax, and you want to, you know, collab or potentially have them thrown in a pool to be airdropped, you know, let me know, and I'll put you in, you know, the list of artists and everything if I like what you're doing and I think it's cool, you know.
Awesome.
And so reach out, and I'll have more collabs and stuff coming, and definitely look forward to coming back next time with a PowerPoint.
Heck yeah. Always welcome. And Sky, thank you so much for stopping in. What would you like to leave us with?
Well, you know, we do a lot of our stuff in person over Zoom. We do a presentation as well. So if you are interested, please go to our website, Eshan.art, and sign up to have a presentation. We do in-person presentations twice weekly, and all week we do the Zoom calls with our collectors. So sign up.
Awesome. TC, what's been going on, man? What do you want to leave us with, man? What do you got to talk about? What's new?
All I have is Uplift is bringing out a new miner.
Oh.
Yeah, so you might want to read up on that on their Facebook channel. Yeah.
And so are they porting over now to what did they decide on for the platform?
Well, they can say on both because they're not breaking any laws.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
With Microsoft, so that's good.
Yeah, that's good news, man. That's really good news.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah,
awesome.
It's all good. Cool. It's all good.
Awesome. And then Crackers, what do you got to leave us with, man?
Well, I mean, we should have talked about your drop at least, or at least shown it.
Oh, okay. Wait, hold on.
What do you think? You have 2 left to sell?
Well, yeah. This kind of it's a different kind of drop for me, to be quite honest with you.
I like it.
So this is it's a retro noir. So everything's kind of black and white. old school. I kind of put some animations to some characters I've made in the past from other blockchains. And what I'm doing is actually releasing them all on different blockchains. So each character is going to a different coin, basically. This one is for Proton. That one is for M.O.R.B.S token. So if you won M.O.R.B.S token in one of the other shows, you could possibly go buy one of those. And then the very first one is in Wax. And I'm going to start doing this every week where I'm just doing a style over multiple blockchains now. So instead of just doing one PFP project on one chain, I'm going to spread it out
that
more.
one.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool. That's an old Soul Surfer. So I have a Soul Surfer collection that's on Solana. And so I took some of those pieces and I'm kind of doing animations on them, kind of making them look old school, kind of retro. And I have some other ideas in the works. So we're doing some fun stuff with it. So that happened today. So there's a couple left. I think there's 2 on Wax. There's only one of those on Proton. And then there's, I think.
Can you put that in the private chat before you post it real quick?
What do you mean?
So I can before.
Oh, they're still there. Oh, they're still there.
There's 2 left.
Yeah, there's a couple in there, man. I price a little bit higher, guys. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I was actually talking to Nick Tantillo. You guys probably know him. He's a coder, developer, and we were talking about pricing and stuff on Wax. And pricing got a little weird, so I'm kind of going back to where it used to be, which so.
Yeah, I really think artists should start pumping up their prices.
100%.
And maybe go maybe to 1-to-1.
Yeah, I agree, 100%, man. I think that it's part. If you guys really care about Wax, guys, if you really want to see that coin pump, you got to kind of bring bigger numbers in too. Because you don't want to get stuck, in the.
Well, you don't want to work for free.
Exactly. Thank you, TC. Thank you. See, TC's a collector, man. That's coming from a collector, and we like that.
Well, and also if you don't, a lot of these projects that have really ambitious visions, but they price their stuff at $1.
Yeah.
And then it's like, where's the money going to come from?
Exactly.
For them to develop and maintain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And you wonder why there's rug pulls.
Exactly.
You don't want to pay more than $1
for
something that you expect to get $100 out of. So I definitely debated with myself on that for pricing the Quasi Man at $20. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I collect a lot of stuff on ETH too, and I collect stuff on other chains. And $20 for anything, I feel like is pretty reasonable if you like it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I started here, I mean, everything I sold was always $15-$20. Like I've never really gone away from that pricing until recently, and then all of a sudden it's like everything's selling for too cheap, and it's like it kind of hurts the token, to be quite honest with you. It just kind of hurts the blockchain because you're not giving enough value to collectors to come in to flip. And that's part of this game. And that you got to remember that the collectors are the other 50% of the NFT space, and you need them just as much as they need you.
100%.
Yeah, and as a collector, we want to see value.
100%. TC knows. TC wants to see, it's like he doesn't mind spending low, but he wants to make sure that he's going to be able to make a solid return in a reasonable amount of time instead of just sitting there spinning wheels, for years, just collecting something that's not going to go for him. So anyway, just my advice. It's just my own humble opinion. I know other people share it. Other people are against that, but remember that NFTs were created to help out artists. It was helping out artists give royalties to them over time. That's kind of like they created that and stuff. And I've been seeing that come up on Twitter lately, which I'm not sure where it came from, but there's a lot of collectors that are anti-royalties to the artist, and I am totally.
Well, there's a lot that are anti-roadmap too, and it's like, well, you have these great ambition. Well, art's my roadmap. Well, that's great, but like we want to know how you're how you're planning on keeping the lights on. What are you doing with?
Exactly.
You're just going to evaporate. That's not a plan, right?
See, the problem is a lot of people create a white paper and then they kind of go, oh, well, I've decided to change it a week later or a couple of hours later. People going, yeah, this is my white paper. And then all of a sudden, oh, no, we don't do that anymore. Oh, why? It's just too much effort.
Yeah,
right.
Or I'm not selling my 101s at 5,000 wax each. And you're kind of going, wax isn't built for that. It is built for 101s. But if you're coming in looking to have no sales and start selling a 5,000 wax, ain't going to happen for you. And producing a white paper saying that I'm going to print money out of my arsehole still isn't going to encourage people to.
And wax isn't made for that. Wax, I think wax originally, I think, was based for games. It's still more focused on games, but the utilities and the tools that are there work really well for a brand to use it in a volume aspect. Like, in other words, I'm trying to hit as many people as possible to get them to know my brand in a reasonable entry level price point. That's where Wax is good. You know, ETH, Solana, those places, they're built more for more fine arts, to be quite honest. More like, you know, I'm going for a one-on-one sale. I'm going to price it at a price that an artist should be paid for something like that. If he put 2 weeks of work into that piece of work, he should be compensated correctly, not like, oh, let me give that up for just a couple bucks. You know, that just isn't.
Especially an NFT that has utility.
Yeah.
Because the person
100%.
that's buying it will end up making more money than the artist. And to me, that's not fair.
Yeah. And I
agree with royalties, though. I think everyone, if you
need royalties.
If you make it and that goes up in value, and someone sells it on for, say, you sold it for 50 wax and they sold it on for 100 wax.
Sure.
That 10 wax is, if you have a 10% royalty, which is fair.
Well, yeah, for us, we do 9% royalty. 3% goes to charity. 3% goes back to the first buyer, and 3% goes to the artist. I mean, that's a real modest.
I think that's a great model. Actually, that's really
reasonable.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
it's a real reasonable and modest return for the artist, but it gives someone, especially those early buyers at that price point, it gives you something so that
incentive,
right. And no one's flipping for. We've only had a couple flips so far, but they're not flipping for underpriced, right? They're always going up. So
there's no point in flipping something if you're going to make a loss,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, as you look at the market today, is dog's fucking dinner. It's, I think, nearly everything's down 10%. If you're going out selling now, why the fuck are you doing this? I mean, if you bought yesterday to sell today at 10% loss, you don't know what you're doing. Just give me your money and I'll happily lose it for you. My bank details will be put up after the show. And we'll show you.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to cut in.
No. I'm taking a joke.
I've learned a lot from this. I've watched a few of these episodes from this show, and I've learned a lot about the different coins because I'm kind of in that fine art space. But I've got other projects I'm working on. I'm looking at Nearcoin for a project. And I'm looking at Wax, and I'm looking at these others. And I feel like that's what's kind of excited about Web3 is like, I don't know what I'm doing when I go over to Wax, and it's this whole new kind of learning curve I've got to deal with.
You know, Wax is different. The community is excellent, just like Crackers just said. Yeah, go ahead, Crackers.
Well, you got us.
It's not that. The community helps each other. I mean, there's so many different Twitter rooms that there's the same people are in it. But there'll be 2 or 3 extra people, and people ask questions all the time. Like Nifty puts up videos, how-to videos all the time. He normally helps anyone that asks. I have Jose from Raw Cards, which is another gentleman that will help anyone. Most people will, if you have a problem you post on Twitter, people will answer it. I think Wax is, because I've seen a bit of Proton, and Proton, there's a few people that are quite childish, we'll say.
Yeah. Proton was actually next to us at the NFT Expoverse. We had the largest booth at the one in LA, and it was they were next to us, so I was like hearing their spiel over and over and over again. It's again fascinating stuff, but I don't know if they sold me. I was not totally into it.
Well, it's still a very young project as such.
It's small. You know, the problem with the smaller chains is that, you know, they're just small still. You know, like they don't have the same push as the other ones. I mean, Solana obviously has had its issues, but I think Solana is here to stay. I think ETH is here to stay. I think Polygon's going to make a move here in a very quick moment that I think is going to change things.
That's good.
So,
well, they reckon it's going to go to $2 before the end of the month in 13 days. You reckon it's going to go? That's a massive jump.
Yeah, it's big. It's big. You know,
I'm glad I have some.
And the M.O.R.B.S is coming in September. So if you guys don't know about that,
will it come though?
Has been taught. No, it's actually coming. They've already finished all the testnet stuff. So it's happening.
What do you think is the outcome of that? Sorry to cut you off, but what do you?
I think any chain that's doing stuff for cheap is going to be drastically affected by it. To be quite honest with you, I think that it's almost impossible not to see that ETH is the king for NFTs, that it does have the most money, it has the most collectors.
Will it kill gas fees though? It's the gas fees.
The gas fees we don't have an answer on that, you know. But I don't.
Is it ETH2 going to help a lot with that?
It was because it's proof.
This is
ETH2. This is ETH2. It's not going to do that right now though.
Yeah, it's basically they're just switching it over to proof of stake, so they're not having the computers. It's more, I think, for I don't know. It's a good move and it's a good step in the right direction. Gas, I don't think we'll go back up to like those $600 gas fees, you know, that we're having $2,000 gas fees. I think it'll stay probably $100 and under, somewhere around there. I don't know how cheap it will get, but I don't think they want it to get so cheap. To be quite honest with you, that's part of
Yes.
the
Will it
the
catch
Country
Bitcoin?
Club membership. You know what?
Will it kill off Bitcoin?
No.
This is the thing.
Like, I mean,
you not think so?
I'm a strong believer that I've seen Bitcoin through the years, that Bitcoin is kind of our gold standard.
Digital gold, yeah.
It's based, and there's no need to fight it. I mean, it's just what it is, guys. There's a limited supply. You know, ETH is good for the fact that it created the smart contracts. It created this way to do things differently, and it had a utility. Bitcoin isn't a utility; it's gold. It's there. It is. That's Bitcoin.
I know,
but
now, all right. So version 2 happens, or whatever you want to call it, ETH happens in September. Will it double in value? So will it be?
It could.
No,
I'm
talking.
We have no
I'm
idea.
talking 8K. I'm not talking. I'm talking because it was at 4K.
So there's two schools of thought on that, because if you have a proof of work system, then there's a lot of inherent cost that goes into the making of it, right? You need to actually have the power, you need to have the equipment, you need to have all of these things aligned to create that currency, and that those things cost money. So inherently it has to be up to a certain value for people to continue to create those tokens. When you switch over to a proof of stake model, like we have, or a DPoS model, you don't have those inherent costs to create it anymore. So there is a school of thought that's like, well, if you take out that element that created, you know, the consistent, I'm not saying that ETH will be less value or more value overall, because there's infrastructure there, there's other things there, but you take out one component that drives essentially what value it has to be at and can't go below for people to continue to create it. So without that there, the range that you could see it go in is much more volatile, I would say. But it, you know, that's not necessarily going to be the case with something like ETH that's been around for, you know, however long it has, and has so many different associated projects and associated chains that are built on it, and so on and so forth. But I think that there is definitely some value loss that they kind of have to shift into deflationary mechanics and tokenomics to provide that value back to a model that is similar to like proof of work.
Interesting.
Oh man, I totally agree. I mean, it's an interesting time. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen here. You know, like I think all of us are kind of like, I don't know, but I'm like, you know, I think that a lot of people are waiting right now. I think it's kind of like in this, like it's moving up, the coin's moving up, but I think the NFT side of things are kind of in the stall until the thing flips to see what happens. And I think that's where we're going to kind of see what happens.
I think everywhere's been like that though at the moment. Like Wax is stalling, and you can just see people are. I know 1 or 2 projects are just waiting to release because you want to release when there's a bit more life in the market. But that might happen for 2 years.
Yeah, I know.
But if everybody thinks that way, then it'll never break out. People have to take.
Oh no, I don't mean like that. Like it could happen tomorrow, or it might happen for 2 years. But I mean, it's down to Wax isn't driving the bull market. Let's be honest. Wax is still, whereas it's small. It's only a small community. It's not pumping out the stuff that ETH is pumping out. Like if Bitcoin loses 10K today, Wax would be worth 1 cent. We all know this.
Yeah.
If Wax hits 50 cent, I don't think Bitcoin's going to go up by 500%.
Exactly, that's true.
So I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that until Wax is notable, and I mean, I know they have Mattel and they're using Hot Wheels, but you need a major something like the gaming aspect. If someone can actually create a AAA game with Wax being used as the in-game currency and the NFTs being used, yes, Wax will see $5-6 fairly quickly, I'd say.
Yeah, have
you seen Landbox? Have you looked into Landbox?
Landbox is pretty nice, man. It's looking pretty good.
I think it's probably going to be the first real game.
Let's hope, man.
It looks very interesting.
Yeah, man, I like Landbox. I've been seeing it. We have to have them on the show. Talk to them. I want to know more about that.
You totally should.
Yeah.
That's Nick from Gnome City, isn't it?
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I'm gonna find out some more.
You guys see me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Okay, cool.
Right. Do you want to call it or?
Yeah. I'm ready, dude. I gotta go. But anyway, thank you guys. Sorry about the lateness. We just started getting on a sidetrack there. Sorry about that.
My fault.
Anyway,
I apologize.
thanks, Crackers.
I appreciate
Anyway,
you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
totally
Thanks so
Crackers'
much.
fault.
Yeah.
Fun time, guys.
See ya.
Have a good one.